Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. We're back. We're back again. Eventually. My camera's being funky. Alright, there we go. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. My whole camera's reset. I think for some reason my computer turned off while I was asleep and turned back on and everything got fucked up. I gotta reset everything. Hold on. Did not realize this. I apologize, guys. All right, let's do it right. Welcome once again, my fellow manipulators of digital fate. I'm Richie, this is Capricorn. I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm here, and I'm streaming. We're doing the damn thing. It is early access for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I never thought I'd be saying that. It's weird to say. Magic the Gathering, but it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you think about Magic the Gathering mechanically, you don't really bat an eye too much. Oh, there's this card game, there's these mechanics, and now the Ninja Turtles are doing it. But when you think about the fact that the reason Magic the Gathering is called Magic the Gathering is because you're using magic, you're casting spells. It's weird, it's bizarre. It's weird, right? I think it's weird. I think it might be a little bit weird. Either way, let's boot up Arena. Let's get back to it. Tap 2 blue, cast counterspell. You countered my appearance. I see that now. I see that. Alright. Looks like it's going to take a minute for Arena to boot up here. How's everybody doing? Have you seen anything crazy in Ninja Turtles yet? Any nutty combinations or synergies that we should maybe try and do a thing with? First strike, double strike, ninjustu. What's ninjustu? Ninjutsu wasn't good enough, so they made sneak, and then sneak wasn't good enough, so they made ninjustu. Ninjustu. It's like a ninja that's all by himself. Is that what it is? Don't you lie to me. Alright, boys. Here we go. We're going to finish off a deck that I started last night. It's going to be fun. Thank you for the nectar, Jay. Appreciate you. If anybody's over on YouTube, I've been wildly ignoring YouTube this whole time. I apologize. Go ahead and chat now. Let me know you're there. It is early. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right. Do have like 4 people watching on YouTube already, but they're quiet. They're super quiet. We're gonna go with Rat King. And look pretty. I mean, I guess I'll try. So last night before my stream crashed, we made a Rat King deck. I played it 1 game. I think it's cool. I think it's going to be good. We have 12 1-mana draw spells in this deck, which is just bananas. Just absolutely bananas. No 1-mana rat, which is really surprising. That's really, really surprising. No 1-mana rat is super surprising, but we're still going to try and keep this. We do have a Rat King, which is nice. We'll start with the Watery Grave tapped. Moon Shadow. Well, I don't like Moon Shadow. I kind of want to kill it. But if I do, I'm not putting one of these down, right? It's probably still worth it. We'll pass, but we're probably going to sacrifice this to draw cards. Another Moon Shadow, okay. Tapped land. Alright. Corrupted Conviction, our rat. Thank you. Mudflat Village. What do we want down first? I guess maybe Persistent Marsh Stalker. Because if it dies, it just comes back. Black. Rat King. Do we want to rat out? I don't think we want to rat out. Let's put the Tangled Colony down. Swing for 5. That seems fine. That seems good and fine and good. Rat Tribal. Flamewake Phoenix. Sure. Requiting Hex. Goodbye, Rat King. You make me very sad. You make me very sad. We'll rat out the Moon Shadow. We'll play... I guess Tangled Colony makes the most sense here. And we'll swing. Sure, we'll trade. We just get it back, right? We're up to 5. 5 in the yard. Seems fine. I did kill the Moon Shadow with Rat out. Opie. I wanted to do it in response to triggers, potentially. Potentially. Alright, so we'll swing. Guess it doesn't matter too much. I guess it doesn't matter too much. We'll play the Valley Rock Caller. We'll hold up Rat out in case he plays another Moon Shadow. It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. It's all in the... It's all in it. Sure. Iron Shield Elf. Sure. He's going to be very unhappy. Very, very unhappy. Goodbye, Iron Shield Elf. Who would have known that Rat Out would be so good in this meta? Wild. All of the Rat Outs. Just all of them. He's so dead. Well, maybe he's not so dead. Autopay. We had our threshold. What's up, buddy? What's up? It's all in the hips. Rat Tribal used to be a real thing. Just on the cusp of being a true meta contender. Because of Persistent Marsh Stalker. Lays Bigums, dang rat. You ain't wrong. This looks pretty good. No 1-drops again, which is weird. Well, Mockingbird, but that doesn't really count. We have 2 Persistent Marsh Stalkers, and then a flying Persistent Marsh Stalker. I'm feeling spicy. I'm feeling frisky. Let's do it. Let's do it. Obsessive Pursuit. Oh, I guess we'll go with this guy, and we'll just play the Marsh Stalker. Seems fine. Three Tree City, huh? See, 3 mana. How do we want to do this? How do we want to do this? I mean, we could Mockingbird his Llanowar Elves just to get ramp. I don't think that's correct. Let's try to stay mana efficient here. Marsh Stalker can come back, so I don't really think he wants to trade with it. It might have been smarter to just get out a second Marsh Stalker or a Tangled Colony or even just the flying Marsh Stalker. But we wouldn't have been able to stay mana efficient. We've got the Mutagen Man. Oh boy. That's free Mutagen tokens on Super Shredder. That's wild. 2 counters every time he sacks one. For no mana. That's a lot of damage. That's a real lot of damage. We're gonna go Rat. Let me think. Let me think. Super Shredder's probably just gonna kill us next turn. Right? I guess we just play all of the blockers that we don't mind dying. And then we try to survive one more turn so that we can swing for lethal. Sack a clue. Sure. Really hope he doesn't have removal for one of those Marsh Stalkers. He got to 10. Oh, he got to 13. That's a bummer. So we're not able to kill it, and he gains a ton of life. I guess I probably should have dropped the Mockingbird instead of the Tangled Colony. That was sort of greedy. I wanted to be able to swing with it. I wanted to be able to swing with it. Let me think. I guess we gotta go like this. And then we gotta go... Let me think. We could play them both. Just do that. Unfortunately, I think we're cooked, guys. I think we are cooked. Super Shredder just got way too big, way too quick. And gained way too much life. Obsessive Pursuit is a hell of a drug. Shredder is super. Look at that thing. It's menacing. Good game, my friend with the yellow hat. Good game. Let's move on to the next one, shall we? Sorry, not sorry. Mutagen Man is pretty wild, huh? What a card. What a card. This looks okay. Still none of our 1-drops. 3 games in a row, we got none of our 1-drops. Not in our opening hand, but not in the game at all. That's crazy, right? That shouldn't happen. That's so weird. 0 1-drops in 3 games. We'll start with the Marsh Stalker, because if it dies, it can come back. Sky Knight Squire. I guess we probably want to play the Rat King. Swing for 4. Especially since we have 2 and it's legendary. Just get it out there. Michelangelo, Weirdness to 11. Counters on the Sky Knight Squire. Seems pretty good. Tap all the things, get some counters. Man, Michelangelo is nuts, huh? He is certainly a party dude. Corrupted Conviction and Desperate Measures. No, I think we just Tangled Colony, right? Swing for 6. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He just has to play 2 creatures. What is he gonna eat? Well, he still has to play 2 creatures, so I don't think that was smart. He could have just won if he just played 2 creatures. Maybe he doesn't have 2 creatures? I guess that's possible. Seam Rip. It's the Rat King. Oof. Hey, now we finally get a 1-drop. When it doesn't matter. Wonderful. Wonderful. I don't really think there's anything we can do at this point. It's just over. We need more mana. We need 1-drops. We got nothing. We got a whole lot of nothing. Just to be spiteful, I'm gonna do this. Good game. All right. One second, guys. Muty patootie. New folder. just happened? Hold on a second. What the hell just happened? Alright, note to self, do not change the name of a folder while you're in the middle of transferring contents to that folder. It's a bad idea. Alright. It is sorted. Let's move on with our lives, shall we? One more win with this sucker. We're going to move on to the next deck. For some reason, my computer turned off and all my files are gone, so I don't remember what our deck list was. Ugh, so annoying. So annoying. Oh, and I didn't save it, so we don't have a deck list anymore. We have to start from scratch. Awesome. Awesome! One land. How about no? I just said how about no. I already said no to this hand. Sure, I'll keep 4. We don't even have anything. This is so dumb. This is why I don't play this game anymore. Wonders of the First is so much better. In every single way. If you're not playing Wonders of the First yet, I don't know what to say. You gotta get on that train. It's just literally everything I've always loved about Magic, with none of the things I've always hated about Magic. It is the superior game. Go play it. You know what? We're gonna wait. Pass. We're gonna rat out the Bloodghast, but probably not until it attacks. Sure. Get out of here. Desperate Measures. The rat token. Draw some cards. Okay. Iron Shield Elf. This guy's gonna be very upset. There will be no Iron Shield Elf for you, my friend. Get out of here. What a great card. Eh? Well, I would really like to Rat King Verminster. I think the key here is we do this. we sacrifice the token to Desperate Measures, and if we were lucky enough to draw a land, we can play Rat King and still trigger the Disappear. And we're not lucky enough to get a land. Nobody likes us. That's fine. That's fine. Nobody likes us. We'll just sit in a corner and cry all day. Love going to 4. It's so fun mulling to 4. What a perfectly fine, balanced game Magic has turned out to be. No blocks. Zero blocks. It's a lot of Bloodthorn Flails. Alright, let's try this again. Swing for 2. Desperate Measures. The Link Breaker. Give me a land. Please and thank you. It's about time. Black. Pay 2. Play the Rat King. Disappear. Get a rat. Welcome to Magic the way Garfield intended. Hmm. 8 damage is too much damage. Guess we can do this. He's out of cards. Go to 1. Let me think for a second. We kind of want to trigger the Rat King. Do we rat out just to trigger the Rat King? Maybe. Alright, we're going to attack first. If our opponent ever lets us. Hello, opponent. This is illegal in early access. You're not supposed to be doing this because it's early access. You're supposed to allow the other content creator to show off his thing. Hello? Hello? Littering and? Littering and? Alright, we will... rat out our own engine rat to trigger Rat King Verminster. What is the deal? What is the deal, cutie? You're not supposed to be salty and rope people. That's against the terms of service. Then we will play an engine rat. And he will continue to be a jerk. Cool. Good talk. What a jerk, man. Alright, we're gonna make a flying copy of Engine Rat. Now, if he gets the right thing, he can still kill us with Monument here. he's got us. But the flying engine rat could have blocked and killed the flame weak phoenix, and then the other 2 rats could double up on the restless fence. That game was stupid. That guy's a tool. That guy's a tool. Alright. Somebody find me a deck list. I got 1 game on this, win, lose, or draw. What are we going to play next? I gotta think, man. See if we have any decks in the deck list section. All right. Opening hand is weird, but we're gonna try it, I guess. Play the line Link Breaker. Nezumi Link Breaker. Let's see, we don't really have anything to play, so we'll go... Black, tap, swing 1. Very bizarre. Very bizarre. Into the Flood Maw. Sure. Sure. I guess we'll get out our Ninja Teen. Pinnacle Emissary. Gingerbrute. Sure. We got the Verge. Could rat out one of these dudes. I think I would rather Ninja Teen first. And then attack. And then we should be able to Ninja Teen rat out. Which is probably pretty good. Dowsing Device. What a card. I forgot that was still in Standard. We might have to build that deck. Another Ninja Teen. Rat out the Mauser. I mean, I guess I probably should have actually killed the Ravenous robots. Oops. Oops. That's a big Krang. That's a real big Krang. Appreciate the love, Opie. Springleaf drum. Springleaf drum. Skateboard. I don't know how I feel about there being a skateboard card in Magic the Gathering. It's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird. You know? Yeah, I figured as much. It made sense to try to get through for a little bit of extra damage. Let's draw some cards. Let's finally rat out. Well, hold on. 8, 3. Let's go with you. Let's name Rat. What do we want this to be? A flying... I guess we just want the biggest possible creature, right? In this specific scenario. So we'll chump block Krang with the 1/1. Block and kill one of the flyers with the Pinnacle Emissary. I think we're cooked, guys. Yeah. Like 5 games in a row, our deck just will not give us a functional sequence of cards. It just won't happen. It just won't happen. We'll go to 2. Oh, we'll go to -1. Did something have trample? And I missed it? Oh no, the Pinnacle Emissary was attacking as well. That's what I missed. Alright, whatever. Whatever. Gotta play one more. Can't end it like that. I know I said I would, but I can't. The Shattering launch event for Call of the Stones, the second set for Wonders of the First, is happening next weekend. Not this weekend, not in a couple days, but the weekend after. So I'm going to be down in the Carolinas. If anybody else is in the area, you should come hang out. This looks goodish. We're going to have to passage for black in order to turn on our Verges. So passage, Engine Rat, Verge, Marsh Stalker, Verge, Ninja Teen? Maybe? Hello, Shahar. Are you brilliant? At least we actually have a functional sequence of cards here. Can't complain too much. It's very unlike the last few games. We have a Leonardo. Marsh Stalker it is. Go ahead and block, bro. Fill up my graveyard so that the Marsh Stalker can keep coming back. We're going to let the Leonardo through because we want to eventually kill it with a rat out if we're lucky enough to draw one. Sneaking in a Dark Leo and Shredder. Fair enough. So he's got a 1/1. I think we want to do this. Let him trade for one of our dudes. It's fine. It's fine. Plays Voice of Victory, but that's not a ninja. How dare you? How dare you? Right, another Leonardo. Let's see what we can see. We'll hit our own Link Breaker with a Desperate Measures. Draw some cards, get a token. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I don't really know what direction I want to go here. I think we want to pass. Hold up blockers, hold up a Desperate Measures. Because Engine Rat can kill Dark Leo and Shredder or Voice of Victory. The 1/1 can easily trade for Leonardo. And Desperate Measures gives us a little bit of I think this guy's actually probably better to kill. If he's got any tricks up his sleeve, we can Desperate Measures. Fast Ronin's technique. Sure. What a card. Very friendly battlefield. Strategic. Very friendly. What did he use to get rid of? I don't understand why we didn't kill his Leonardo. What did I miss? Oh, he gave it first strike. Why didn't it give me the option to respond with the Desperate Measures? I don't know. That was weird. That was really weird. That was really weird. I think we're probably dead. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Goes to 7. Yeah, that's enough. Damn shame. Man, this deck is getting its ass kicked. And I don't think it's because of the deck. I literally think it's just all RNG. Because I've played this deck in the past. Old versions of it that had the same core. And it was amazing. It was smoking. And it is not sequencing out the way it used to. It hasn't once. Like, we never have a 1-drop on 1, ever. We always miss our 3rd land drop. even though we have all the card draw in the world. We'll keep this. No 1-drops, but we never seem to have 1-drops, so it is what it is. Get the Watery Grave out there, Michelangelo. Play a Verge, and we will play a Tangled Colony. What is next? Frenzied Baloth, huh? A freaking Frenzied Baloth. Don't really want to get the Ninja Teen out. I think we need to get board presence. That's what we need. So we'll do it like that. Michelangelo won't attack anymore. Then we drop Rat King. Hold up Corrupted Conviction. And we have a good day. Right? Makes sense to me. Although we don't need to drop it before attacking. We can save it as a trick. Alright, so Corrupted Conviction, the Link Breaker. Get a 1/1, draw some cards. And then play the Rat King. So that we can make a token. And get a counter. Seems pretty good. Mutagen Man. Oh boy. It's about to pop off. Looks like he might be 1 turn short of the poppin'. We'll do that, and we'll take 9. If I play Ninja Teen, he's gonna go to 1. But then I can use Rat King to actually kill him. Right? Yeah, this is the way to go. This is the way to go. Oh wait, I can't because I have to tap it and it will be... That's still probably better. We do 7. And then we sacrifice all 3 of the rats. Right? And then we go Rat King, the Link Breaker, and we sack the Rat King as one of the 3 rats to trigger the Ninja Teen 3 times and put him at 0. Rats win. Dirty rat. Is what it is. Let's build a new deck. What are we playing now? Anybody have any deck ideas? We need to play something new and exciting. Exciting and new. We did Mutagen Man last night. What if... I think the life gain deck is going to be really good. I also think Calamity is going to be really good. But let me start with... Is it this one? Yeah, we definitely need to do some artifact stuff at some point. The life gain deck actually looks like it will probably be really good. We need 4, well, maybe 3 Leonardo, because he's legendary. Kinskar. Maybe Zora. One of Johnny would be nice, I think. Halia. Have you ever in your life Dream Beavers, I believe we can make it through the night. Blight 1, gain 2 life. Bitter Bloom Bearer. It's a pretty good one. Surveil. One color. Bogart Mischief. Comic Crawler. Blah 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 blah. Madam, no. Orokosaki. Ruinous Waterbending. Shredder's Technique is really good for us. Sneak in general is just going to be really good because we can replay things and re-trigger life gain triggers, which is really, really good. Really, really good. Right? Right. Wrong. Southwind Avatar. Whenever another creature you control dies, gain life equal to its toughness. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses a life. Maybe we should try one of those. I don't think we need a Lenda. No, 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 no. Don't need you. Servandam is just amazing. With am I overlooking any life gain in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Because I'm not looking at the right colors. That's the question. Let's find out. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power. They're the world's most fearsome fighting team. Leonardo leads, Donatello does machines. Raphael is cool but crude. Crude? Rude. Rude. It's rude. Let's see. Hinterland Sanctifier, 1-2 for 1, gain some life. 0-2, gain some life. And if it's a spider, get a little buffy. Probably not necessary. Let's get rid of Zora. I think we just get rid of Restoration Magic too. We can keep one Cecil, one Excalibur, maybe. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Go up you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Do we want a Zor line? I don't know, man. We've got too many cards here. We got so many cards here. So many cards. I think we need to cut some. I think we just need to cut some. I think Ailey needs to go, which is sad. But it's just life. It's just life. Aerith maybe needs to go down to a 1 of. Lyndon might just need to go away. Yeah, we have enough black creatures in this. Let's see. For new cards, we got 4 Dreambeavers, 3 Leonardos, 4 Shredder's Technique. Southwind Avatar might be unnecessary, to be honest. Let's get some land. Verges, courtyards, godless shrines, everything that's untapped. We want to be aggressive. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. See, is there anything we want to use here? Creature spell. My only wish to catch a fish so juicy sweet. I think we probably just want Multiversal Passage. And Starting Town. That's what I'm thinking. $21 lands. 20. It's way more than 21. Maybe we don't need the Starting Towns. See, 4, 8, 12, 16, 21. Yeah, we don't need the Starting Towns. Do it like that. That's 21 lands, and then we just got to cut 8 cards. Is that all? Just 8? How good is Excalibur, really? Too slow. Too slow for what we're doing. Even Cecil might be too slow. get rid of Cecil. Man, this is hard. I guess Ajani's a little slow. And Sephiroth is unnecessary. Even Zoraline is kind of unnecessary because we have Case. Maybe we go down to 2 of the legendaries here. Maybe we don't even need Aerith. Maybe Aerith is greedy. Yeah, let's ship it. Keep thinking of better names. Bitter Beaver. That's the deck now. That's just the deck. Do we even best of 3? No, we don't. Best of 3 is a waste of time! Because people want to see diversity in my content when I post deck techs on YouTube. They don't want to see me play against the same deck 3 games in a row. They want to see how many different decks the deck can do well against. Or not do well against, as the case may be. If I was only streaming and wasn't worried about content for YouTube later, it would probably be cool to do best of 3. Where did this deck go? Bitter Beaver. Wait, why is there cards missing? What? This wasn't even what I clicked on. Dude, losing my mind. Just losing my mind. No big deal. Bitter Beaver. Edit. What's the 2 cards? That's the problem. Oh. Stuff that was in the sideboard. You're welcome, Grixis. I actually think this deck might be nuts. I put the wrong deck in, didn't I? Was it still Rat King? I saw it out of the corner of my eye. Which is weird, because I'm pretty sure I clicked on the deck. Where did it go? Where did it go? There it is. Bitter Beaver. Thank you. Oh, Dream Beaver, I believe you can get me through the night. Have you ever believed in a beaver? Have you ever believed in a beaver? We're going to keep this. 100%. 100%. Start with Case of the Uneaten Feast. You know? Interesting. We have a Sir Vondam. I think think we probably play the Servandam. We don't really need to worry about life gain triggers yet, because we don't have anything that gets value off of them. So let's just get our most powerful board pieces into play and worry about doing tricky Warp Halia into Dreambeavers stuff when we actually have value we can get off of life gain triggers. Swings for 1. Oh, we do have a Leonardo. So we should probably try... We should probably try to set this up, right? Man, I'm so bummed. Nothing really works correctly. It's okay, though. We're gonna pass. We're gonna flash in the Bitterbloom Bearer. And then next turn, we're gonna warp in Halia, play the Dreambeavers, swing with a token, return it with Leonardo, hit in, do all the stuff. Sure. Alright, Bitterbloom Bearer. Give me some life. Godless Shrine. Now let me think. Do we just want Leonardo in play? Probably not. If we play Halia first. I'm trying to think the best way to line this all up, you know? I think we warp in Halia. We attack for 1. We sneak in Leonardo. We'll trigger Halia and the case and put counters on it. And then we flash the Bitterbloom Bearer back in to trigger them both again and put more counters on it. And then we hit for 5 and gain 5 and put another counter on it. Seems pretty good to me. Now he has to get rid of Leonardo, but if he does, we can just sack Case to get everything back. Seems pretty good. We have Stalker Ardent, but we're at 30, my friend. 30. We can also just kill anything with Shredder's technique. Which is kind of awesome. Don't think you're going to be able to do enough damage. Alright. Resolve. Pass. Trigger. Resolve all. And we are off to the races, my friend. Make a token. Get some life. Get some love. We're gonna go Amalia. Trigger. Yeah, we'll keep a Shredder's technique. Why not? And then we'll Bitterbloom Bearer to get more triggers. Because life is nice. And we'll swing with everything. That's a whopping 9/9. We will gain 9 life and get more counters. And then next turn we will have 2 Shredder's techniques. So we could just kill everything for barely any mana. Sounds wonderful. Sounds wonderful. We're at 34. You're going to kill a Bitterbloom Bearer. Sure. Weft Stalker Ardent. Alright, pass. It's my turn. My turn, or the high turn. Give me more triggers. Give me all of the triggers. We don't even need to kill anything. We'll just do this. Gross. Dump you. Play you. Play a Dream Beaver. All of the triggers ever, baby. All of the triggers ever! Dump you. Dump you. Putting stuff in our graveyard that we can get back with the case when we sack it is probably smart. And then we can attack with everything. And he can be sad. It's true. We could kill something if we wanted to. With Shredder's technique. Pretty good. Pretty good. Feels pretty good. Let's do it again! Finn, we need one last deck. What do you want to build? Someone mentioned earlier artifacts. We did Ninja Tribal, we did Mutagen Man Infinite Combo, we did Rat Tribal, and we're doing right now Life Gain. I think we can fit one more deck in before this ends. So, first come, first serve. Big booty turtles. Oh god. Grog, if you can find me a list to use as a head start with it, to build off of, I will try it. One land. Can't keep that. Alright, so we had to mulligan because of a one-lander. This looks a lot better. We're going to keep it. We're going to put back... I mean, I guess we put back one of the Dream Beavers. I guess that makes sense. We'll go... Godless Shrine, Hinterland Sanctifier. Then we're going to do Kinscar Sentry. Sure, the doggo seems excited. Very excited doggo. I think we want Kinscar Sentry down first, right? We won't attack, though. Where X is the number of attacking creatures. Oh, you bastard. You bastard. It's fine, though. We don't need you. We'll warp this out. And then we'll play an Essence Channeler. And then we'll swing for one. Halia will go bye-bye. We get to draw a card, though, which is very nice. We could block and kill the Essence Channeler. It's enough to keep him from swinging on us. Very nice. I don't think we Bitter Bloom Bearer yet. In all honesty. I think we gain 1 life. And then we gain 2 life. We trigger the Halia. And we swing. Draw a card. Seems pretty good. Bitter Bloom Bearer is about to go off, guys. The dog doesn't agree with the play lines, it's true. Bobo, come here. Can you help me? Can you become a magic card? And eat up all of his bats. Can you do that for me? I mean, could just trade with this Essence Channeler. Right? I think getting back our dude is probably worth it. Oh, you bastard! I should have double blocked. That was very smart. That was very, very smart. And now I'm Sag. We're not necessarily out of the game. But I am very, very Sag. Alright, alright, alright. Just all of the value ever. Oh shit, I forgot. It's legendary. That was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done it. It was a mistake. Just swing with that guy. Yeah, misjudging that Essence Channeler situation really hurt us. That might be it for us, to be honest. It's not over, but we are very much on the back foot. Very much on the back foot. Yeah. You have 1,000,000. I get it. Dog! Quiet! Hey, no. No. I'm upset too. Look what he's doing to us. Dogs are dogs. I'm losing my mind. Block 1 will take 16. The dog needs to shut the fuck up. Hooray for school. I'm so discombobulated now, I don't know what's going on. The dogs completely threw me off my game. We have to bring things back from the yard, I guess. So we'll do that. I can't play it for its warp cost. Oh, can only warp from your hand. It specifically says that. That's not good. That's not good. So we'll do that. We'll do that. And we'll do this. And we'll do this. And no attacks. Alright, we solve the case. If he can't give them both flying, we might be alright. So we'll go here. And we probably want to go here. Then we'll do this. And then we'll do this. And then we'll do this. And then we'll take 2. He's probably just planning on sacking the case. Leonardo, sure. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. Hits for 3. Hits for 4. Puts us at 5. We do end up killing some stuff, which is nice. Can we actually come back? We probably could come back here. The problem is we're running out of time for early access. And I don't think it's worth it. It's going to turn into an hour-long game. So, I don't know. Let's attack with everything and see what he does. Let's see what he does. Alright, so we'll sneak in Leonardo by bouncing, I guess, the Bitterbloom Bearer, right? Get a bunch of triggers. Whole bunch of triggers. And then we'll flash in the Bitterbloom Bearer. Because we can. And get a whole bunch more triggers. And then we'll hit for damage. Put him down to 50. Gain some more life. Do more things. Play a Dream Beaver. Get more life triggers. Get more counters. Keep the Kinscar Sentry on top. Actually, maybe we put on... No, we'll keep it on top. Alright, so we'll draw a card off Halia. We got a few blockers. It is what it is. Sacks his case. Brings back everything. Gets a million... Oh, he's only got Halia. Interesting. 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 Maybe we can actually win this. Could you imagine? He's got no cards in hand, right? Oh, he's got one. He's got one. So I guess we got to do it like this. He'll gain a whole bunch of life again. Yeah, it's really that Sheltered by Ghost that's the problem. Big problem. All of the triggers. All of the triggers. Leonardo's kind of catching up to it, though. Which is nice. We have way more life gain triggers than him. So we might be able to outpace him with our Leonardo. Let's see. Do we want to crack the case? 5. I think we do. Yep. We're doing it. We're doing the thing. Hello. Would you like to play the game? All of the triggers. Every single trigger ever. Every single trigger ever. Then we'll play you. It'll go back to the graveyard. I bet we could even play it again if we wanted to. So many triggers. And we play you. We get more triggers. All of the triggers. Play you. Play you. Get some more triggers. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Give me some more. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Don't ask what for. 1, 2, 3, 4. Will we ever be done? We're gonna attack here. We're gonna attack here. We're gonna attack here. And we're gonna attack here. And I think we're back in this, man. I think we are back in this. We're up to 65. We've got blockers. Draw a card. Of course it's a land. We just have too many life gain triggers. He doesn't have nearly as much as us. 2, 3. Alright, he hits my essence channeler, which is kind of a bummer. $30, $42. 42 seems fine. Seems fine. Go ahead and draw a card. We'll get more triggers. All of the triggers ever. Another land. Really? Really? That is unfortunate. Can't Kinscar. Absolutely have to do that. And we'll do that to get through for 7. Hold back some blockers. We are outpacing him now. But 2 lands in a row hurts us big time. Again, just another... Oh, he's just going to let it through. Okay. We'll take it. He knew what was coming. It was inevitable. Alright. We need to make another deck. One last deck. Somebody find me a list. Let's see. One second here. Let's try something like this, shall we? Cool but rude. Don't know why we've only got 2. We should go... Why did it just stop all of a sudden? Well, now I'm confused. Oh, is there one in the sideboard? That's what it is. 1 Tursa. 3 Inti. Requiting Hex. kind of like... One bitter triumph. Bloodgast. There's also the warp guy, right? Timeline color. There's also Undead Sprinter. If a non-zombie creature died this turn. Pretty sure everything is non-zombie. I don't know. What do you guys think? Undead Sprinter, Bloodgast. I guess Bloodgast, you don't have to spend any mana, right? That's probably what makes it better. So for new cards, we've got 4 Cool but Rude. We need more new cards. Are there more new cards that can fit into this? Draw 3, discard 3 random. I like Casey Jones. We'll put in Casey Jones for Tursa. Raphael's Technique. Yeah, we need all of those. And Bebop and Rocksteady look pretty alright as well. Yeah, that'll be our 10 cards. That'll be our 10 cards. Now we just gotta figure out what to cut for them. Cut one Indy. Cut the Bitter Triumph. Screw it, man. I'm gonna go all in and cut the Requiting Hexes. Who needs removal anyway? Just do the thing. Just do the thing. Rude Shadow. Done. Bloodgast is meta. You're not wrong. I think you're probably right, Panthro. I think you're probably right. Alright, now we just need to find the deck. Rude Shadow. Here we go. The last deck of early access. What happened last night? Streamlabs kept closing on me. Kept dying on me out of nowhere. So I just had to end the stream early, which was a bummer. No, I haven't. It's just fine. For now. Alright, Daki. We don't have a moon shadow, but it's okay. Let's keep it. We'll go with a passage for red. Pay 2. Mako. Then we'll go Iron Shield Elf. And we'll swing 1. Mana value 2 or less. Well, not anything we can do about that. End the turn. We'll go you. We'll go you. Nowhere to run? Well, that's just rude. That is just rude. Just shutting down literally everything I do. Almost like he sideboarded. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Alright, we're gonna do this. Swing for 2. That allows us to get through with Raphael's technique next turn. And if we get lucky enough to top deck a land, we can play the Bloodthorn Flail first, which would be awesome. We'll see what happens. Gets a Genova out. Nope, no land. Take action. Would you like to draw 7, sir? Wonderful. Give me all the triggers. Play a Verge. Let's do that. Let's see. Do I want Cool but Rude? No, I think we want the Mako. So we can play Cool but Rude next turn and get the value off of it while having this guy as another attacker. I think that makes more sense. No blocks. We'll take 5 and go to 9. Toka. Raza. Flame Wake Phoenix. Alright, so we're going to start with Casey Jones to see what else we draw. That's a lot of Cool but Rudes. We'll play Cool but Rude. We'll auto pay on the Flame Wake Phoenix. We'll attack. We'll attack. Discard to draw on attack means this is a 2/2. think we hold it back. Discard Multiversal Passage. So I probably should have discarded the Flame Wake Phoenix. That's fine though. We don't have enough mana to play anything if we make a treasure token. So I think we'll just draw a card. That will force us to discard something at end of turn, which will trigger the monument again. We will discard Bloodghast. And we'll make him lose 3 life. Puts him at 8. Can we prevent lethal is the question. I'm not sure we can, but maybe. Bloodghast. No, that's too much. That's too much. He's got us. It's a solid good try, though. Solid good. Casey Jones will block. Guess it doesn't really matter, right? Here. Oh, that guy's got menace. Whatever, we'll do it like that. And we are toast. It is what it is. I think maybe the Raphael's technique helped him more than us. What's up, William? How you living? Yeah, it might be that Twitch was bugging out. It might be. It might be. Let's try it again. Pups, come here. They're looking at things that they want.
What?
They're looking at things that they want. That they can't have.
They're looking at me.
Hi, Bandit. Bye, Bandit.
No, not all of it. Okay, bye. Oh, keep going.
All right. What do we have here? Flail into Iron Shield Elf. Seems a little bit counterproductive, but I'll take it. I'll take it. 3 cool but rudes. I love how the art they chose to depict cool but rude is Raphael throwing an entire pizza at a foot soldier. That is kind of funny. Let's keep 7. Stadium headliner, sure. We'll go Swamp, Bloodthorn Flail. Turd Ferguson. How dare you? Well, he is definitely doing the thing. Let's see if we can slow him down. Don't need to equip the flail yet. War Leader's Call. Maybe we did. I think we'll take it all. I'd rather hold on to my cards right now. So we have something to discard after we drop the monument. Tricky. We'll equip you, discard a card here. Discard a cool but rude. And I guess, do we create a treasure token? Let's draw a card so that if we get a 1-drop, that's instant speed. Maybe on his turn we create a treasure token. Pass. Definitely need to hold up a blocker here. Oh, Jer. Oh, no. Oh, no. I think we're dead. I think we're dead. Ow. Ow. You're so mean. Dang, bro. Such blatant disrespect. Yeah, I noticed that, but I didn't feel like it was worth it discarding a bunch of cards just to get a Phoenix out when we were so far behind. Like, an extra 2 damage in the air for the price of discarding multiple cards out of our hand and not having the ability to discard those later for value felt like not a great trade-off. If we were ahead and we were just trying to close out the game, then that would have absolutely been the play. But we were on the back foot. So, I don't think it made sense. This looks pretty good. We've got a Moon Shadow. Let's go. Hello, Carlo. We're gonna drop the Moon Shadow right off the bat. Then we'll play Iron Shield Elf. And hopefully wait until we have Monument to Endurance out before we have to discard anything. Because I want all the value. I am greedy. I want all of the greedy value. My turn. Another Verge, another Monument. We will discard you. Draw a card. And then we will discard you to make each opponent lose 3 life. And we'll save the other card for after this monument is out. We could have discarded one more and made a treasure. I don't think we're going to need the mana, though. Plus, we can still do it on his turn if we really want to. Probably makes more sense to wait until the second one, though. So we'll go Mountain, Monument, Swing, discard the starting town, draw, treasure? No, draw. We need to do both of our draws first, so we have things to discard. Discard you. Discard you. Get all the triggers. Get all the triggers. Get the win against Carlo. Oh boy. I mean, I don't think it matters. We curved out so perfectly. Didn't matter what he was doing on his end. I think we would have got that win. There's a condition added to it. Oh, you mean the Flame Wake Phoenix? Yeah, you just play it from your graveyard for 1 red at the beginning of combat. As long as you have a creature with power 4 or greater. Weird hand is weird. Weird hand is weird. I think this is too slow. I think this is way too slow. I think we need to mulligan. This we can keep. And I think we toss back the Raphael's Technique. Not that I want to, but what we have right now is just better. Fear of missing out. Alright. We'll go Mountain, Iron Shield Elf. And we'll attack. Because we can. And once again, we will wait until we drop the Monument to discard some stuff. Or at least we'll try to. Yeah. Looks like he's playing the same thing as us, mostly. So we'll go Passage. I guess it doesn't really matter what color we choose, huh? We'll go red. We'll play Monument. And we will swing. Discard you. Draw a card. Discard you. Create a treasure token. And then we will play the Marauding Mako. Because we can! Because we can! End the turn. Hello, Delmo. Resolve the Mako. What a mirror match. Iron Shield Elf. Smashing. Sure. Blocks. Take 4. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Well, I guess we probably want to attack first. Do we end up discarding 3 cards? I think so. So could he. See what he does. Pop the Bloodghast. Draw a card. And he's going to do the same thing. to do it again. Make him lose 3 life. And then he's going to have to do it again. And then we will offer to stop there. And he doesn't. What do you guys think? Is it worth it to discard the monument? Probably not. Probably not. We will stop there. Play the other monument. I think we're just dead on board, though. Yeah, I miscalculated. I don't think it would have mattered. Because if we discard our last card, he just discards another card. And we end up in the same position. Unless he was not smart enough to calculate properly. And overvalue the card in his hand and want to keep it. Probably not. Alright, here we go. Last game, most likely. I think this might be the last game. And then I finally get to get a new cup of coffee and take a shower. God knows I need some. I might be back on later to play some Wonders of the First on Tabletop Simulator. If you guys have not tried Wonders of the First, you don't know what you're missing. I can't express enough that that game just feels... You remember when you first got into Magic and that feeling when it like the light bulb moment when it clicked for you? And it was just like, there are so many possibilities, and you can do this, and you can do that, and you come up with your own ideas that no one's come up with yet, and it just like really got its hooks in you. You remember what that felt like when Magic was new, and it was so exciting, and you couldn't stop thinking about it? That's how Wonders of the First feels right now. Magic feels kind of cooked. Magic feels kind of like too many sets, too many crazy IPs, standards a mess, like... product fatigue, spoilers fatigue, like... Not to mention there are so many feel-bads in Magic that I used to take for granted and just think that they just had to be there. And after playing Wonders of the First, it doesn't have any of them. It's literally everything that I loved about Magic back when I fell in love with Magic and became addicted to Magic. It's all of those same feelings. But with none of the feel-bads. You never get mana screw. You never get mana flooded. You never have non-games. You never have it where the game ends on turn 3 because mono red killed you before your deck could do what it's supposed to do. The way the game plays is like both players do their whole thing that their deck is supposed to do, and whichever player did it better is the one that ends up winning. It's amazing. Planar Standard is definitely probably the best format, at least for me, in Magic right now. Yeah. He's coming down to the Shattering. It's in the Carolinas. We're meeting up there. We might even be staying in the same Airbnb. We hung out last March, at the Shattering for the first set. Shattering is like the launch event for whenever this set has a game, or whenever this game has a new set. Instead of doing like the pre-releases that Magic does and like all over the place in every LGS, they have one big event in South Carolina. And everybody flies out, all of the most diehard fans, and it's the craziest experience. It's a free event. They cater it. They feed you the whole time. There's an open bar. You get to do all sorts of crazy tournaments. And if you pre-ordered product, You can pick your product up at the event, and you'll get it like a week earlier than they would ship it to you. So you get to be like the first people to crack open the new set. And because it's a new game and it's not like Magic, their spoiler season doesn't spoil the entire set. So when we go to this event and we start opening packs, we're going to be seeing cards we didn't know existed that weren't spoiled ahead of time, which is super exciting. But anyway, this is a weird hand. We're going to try it. We're going to try it because we don't have time to start a new game. Moon Shadow. Mako. I think we immediately drop the Cool But Rude so we can discard a Bloodghast and buff up the Mako. Does that sound right? Decides not to do the thing. We would have to discard a bunch. I mean, I think we still have to do it. Kinda sucks. But we force him to have to discard a card and get less value out of it. At least. So yeah, myself and the Magic Historian will be hanging out in South Carolina at the Shattering event. And I can't wait. Smash me for 6. He's got Monument. It's probably over. It's probably over. Alright, we'll Bloodghast. Opponent has 10 or less life. It will have haste. I mean, do we have to cycle Marauding Mako? Doesn't really do anything for us, does it? Oof. We're in a very rough spot. Maybe I should have just leveled up Cool But Rude. Quantum Riddler. Ow. You shot me, you a-hole. You'll have to discard a card, but we'll take 3 from the monument, and we're toast. That's unfortunate. I actually won't be at SCG Richmond. That is the first SCG con I'm skipping because the Shattering is the same weekend in South Carolina. And I'm kind of bummed about it. I actually do want to hang out with you, Carlo. For those of you that don't know, I met Carlo at SCG Con. I think it was Atlanta. The first one of the year. I met him in person. We had a nice chat and it was awesome. And Carlo is just the most. I don't know how to describe my feelings towards Carlo. He's just wholesome. Every time I'm around him, whether virtually or actually in person, just feels like good people exist and life is okay. You know? No matter how bad things get. I don't know. He just has such a big heart and he's so... What can I say? You're like... You wear your heart on your sleeve. Like, what you see is what you get. There's nothing fake about you. And I feel like there's a lot of streamers where that's not the case. So, anyway, I appreciate Carlo. If you guys haven't, you should go check out Carlo. You're the same person IRL. Yeah, basically. I'm the same way. I'm the same way, my dude. So we're out. It's over. It's donezo. Good lord. It's over. How are you feeling about Ninja Turtles? I gotta know. I gotta know, Carlo. How are you feeling about Ninja Turtles? How are you feeling about Magic the Gathering with pizza and skateboards? I gotta know. Mechanically, I'm actually kind of digging the set. Mechanically, I think there's some really cool stuff in there. I like the sneak. I like the mutagen tokens. I like some of the synergies that they're proposing. Flavor-wise, I think we're starting to hit critical mass of IP overload, you know? Lord of the Rings felt awesome. Final Fantasy felt awesome. When Spider-Man came out, it was like... It felt like it was the one... what's the word I'm looking for? Like, the one exception to otherwise universes beyond kind of jumping the shark, you know? So you have one set in the format that's a little bit feels bad, and it's kind of like whatever, you can look away. But I don't know, with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, again, mechanically, I'm digging it, but I guess I just wish there was a way to have your cake and eat it too. I would love for there to be a format that is easily accessible to new players, that includes only the newest cards so that it was easily accessible to new players, and that they could use their universe's IP cards in, but at the same time, on the other side of the coin, have a more definitive version of Standard that was only the in-universe cards, that was sort of treated like it was the premier tournament format. I wish both of those things could exist, but I don't know if they can. Spider-Man had its own issues from being a product originally designed as a Beyond Booster, smaller set than it ended up, and then being rushed to include things that don't make sense. I feel like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was as well, because it's a smaller set as well, right? It's the same size that the Spider-Man set ended up after they beefed it up, which was still smaller than a normal set, if I remember correctly. I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles just had more time. I think with Spider-Man, they were much more last minute, figuring out they had to get rid of the Beyond booster and beef up the set, whereas with Ninja Turtles, they had a lot more time once figuring that out to flesh it out more. I mean, that's why I want to have my cake and eat it too, but I just don't think it's possible. I see what you're saying. I think because it's not possible to have both things, you have to choose, you know, you have to pick your poison. But if there was a way to have both things, where you had a very easily accessible format for new players that included the universes beyond, and you could have a more traditional Standard, I just don't think it's possible to have both, right? Because if you have a different version of Standard, all of the old players are going to gravitate towards that. And so then newer players coming in that want to do whatever version includes universes beyond, they're not going to really have a format full of people to play with. Like, they're still going to feel kind of ostracized, only playing with other universes beyond players. And that could be enough to make them lose interest in the game and get out if they show up to their LGS and there's only the 3 other players that are playing Spider-Man, you know? So I don't think there is a way to have both. But in a perfect world, if there was a way to have both, where you had a Standard-like format that was easily accessible to newer players, that included all the universes beyond IP, so that they could easily transition into tournament play after getting into the game through the IP that they like, and there were no downsides to also having a Standard that's just universes within, that would be the perfect world scenario. But I just don't think it's possible. I don't think there's any way to make it work. Whether the card is called Superior Spider-Man or Cavero, it's the same card. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of player you are. You know, if you're a Timmy, then probably. If you're a Vorthos, then it's a big deal. Like, if you're a Vorthos, it might be a deal breaker. You know, Vorthos is in the game specifically for the lore and the story and all of that. So it's a matter of remembering that there are 4 types of players for Magic, and you're trying to cater to all of them. It's really hard to cater to Vorthos in a Universes Beyond set. At the same time, though, you have maybe a new kind of Vorthos, someone who doesn't care about the Magic lore at all and only cares about, like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles lore. That sort of a Vorthos would maybe be brought in that otherwise wouldn't be, but, you know, there's going to be less of those than people that are just into Magic. You're a shit player. I definitely feel like I've gotten worse as a Magic player over the last 6 months because I've spent the majority of my time playing a different card game. But, I mean, it's really hard to go back to Magic when Wonders of the First is just so good, you know? And nobody believes me. Everyone underestimates the game. Every time I bring it up, they roll their eyes and they're like, oh boy. But every single time I have gotten someone to try the game with me, they have wanted to play more. They've liked it enough to want to play more. And every single time they've played more, they've liked it enough to become addicted and hooked and go all in, which I think is cool. If you're a Commander player, you can just pick and choose because the card pool is so big. Yeah. Well, I think some people's issues isn't just what they're using, but what they have to play against. Like, if you're not into Universes Beyond, it's not as simple as just like, oh, well, don't play with any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cards. Like, if you show up to Commander Night, you're still going to have to play against your opponent's Splinter deck, you know? You're still going to have to play against... Like, you can't just pretend it doesn't exist. I think that's the biggest hang-up, which for a lot of people should be so minor that it's not a big deal. Just, like, shut up and power through it. But again, for those Vorthos players, I guess I can kind of see it. It's definitely not black and white. There's a gray area to it all. Ugh. Disney can go to hell, man. Disney can go to hell. I can't believe it. Yeah. It's definitely helpful to try to think of things that way. I agree with you, Carlo. There was no issue. Yeah, but that's because, I mean, they were playing with, you know, their friends who were allowing them to use the proxies, who were interested in those cards being used to begin with. It's a little different when you go to an LGS and you play in an official format, official tournament against strangers, and you don't have a choice about what your opponent across from the table is going to be throwing in front of you. But again, I do think it's pretty nitpicky for most players. But I can understand that for some players, like Vorthos, it could be something to actually matter. Printer goes, brr. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm gonna have to come visit you sometime, Carlo. Teach you how to play Wonders, though. I think you'll get addicted. It's so good. It's so good. It's too good of a game. I'm like itching for the spoilers. They've just spoiled one card that I think I can break, and I've been going down a rabbit hole trying to break it. There's this mouse that you can tap. And tap effects and wonders you can only use once for the whole game. They're basically like exhaust abilities. But you can tap them. And any of your sacrifice abilities you're allowed to use once per round without sacrificing. And they just spoiled a new card that is an item, basically like an artifact. And whenever something dies, you can choose to sacrifice that item in order to gain 3 energy, basically mana, and draw a card. And it just seems really powerful. It might not seem as powerful in Magic terms, but in this game, a round lasts a long time. It's not as simple as each player taking a turn. Things that last for the round are more significant. There are 7 rounds in the game, and you know that you're going to make it through all 7 no matter what. There's no mono red killing you before you get to round 3 or whatever. And it's very, very interesting. It means that you can have a long-term plan and work towards building towards it, and not really get it interrupted. You can get it interrupted, but there's always time to try and pull yourself out of it. It's not like Magic where if you're trying to do your thing and your opponent stops you, it's just over. You know, like there's still a whole game left. It's kind of like chess, you know? Feels a lot more like chess, where there's a whole game you gotta get through. You're not just having the rug pulled out from you on turn 3 because your opponent got a lucky assortment of cards in their hand and was able to kill you real quick. It's like you have to strategize for the whole game. And it's so fulfilling to see your plan come together, or to see your opponent disrupt the plan in the middle of the game and then you dig deep and pull yourself out of that hole. That's fulfilling as well. It's nice. Yeah, Final Fantasy and Lord of the Rings were awesome. And yeah, Marvel does make sense. You're right. I think, I don't know. I think eventually they're going to land on one Universes Beyond set a year. I don't know if they'll backtrack on the standard thing. I feel like they probably won't. But I think they just went overboard. And I think they're going to lose a lot of money from people not buying the IPs. I think maybe Wizards got a little bit of hubris from how well Lord of the Rings and Final Fantasy did. And they just expect every Universes Beyond set to do that well. I don't know, man. It's not just that there's a lot of Universes Beyond. It's also just that there's a lot of Magic as well. Both of those problems kind of go hand in hand. And, I just, 5 years from now, I can't see them possibly being at the same pace. Like, I think a lot of people are going to start buying less and less Magic. I think they already have. And eventually things are going to kind of come full circle. I see a world in 5 or 10 years where there's one Universes Beyond set a year, and it's hyped up to be a really big special event. Kind of like Final Fantasy felt, or Lord of the Rings felt. And then there's like 3 sets. 3 normal in-universe sets a year. And they try to double down on quality over quantity kind of thing. Like getting people extra hyped for a set because they're not happening as often. And really digging in deep when a set finally comes out. That's sort of my hope of where things end up. And I feel like things are moving in that direction because I don't feel like what's going on right now is sustainable. I do like the idea of Universes Beyond bringing in fresh blood. I don't think it should go away completely. But I also don't see how multiple sets a year is sustainable. I think at the very least you need 2 in-universes sets to every 1 Universes Beyond set, just to keep the normal day-and-day Magic fan base from being overwhelmed with it. I don't think it will, though. I think Bigums, I think what they're going to end up seeing is, like, you're going to see 2 sets sell less than what 1 set used to. Because they're spreading themselves thin, and players are picking and choosing. And when, you know, a Star Trek set comes out, only the Star Trek fans are going to buy it, and a lot of old Magic fans are going to skip it, unless they're really deep into being competitive. I think you're going to see more and more of that kind of thinking as time goes on, and they're going to start to realize that, you know, they're losing more than they're getting. I could be wrong, but that's kind of my thoughts on it right now. Is I think it's too much for people to keep up with. I think every set's the sales are going to be down significantly, and they're going to realize, like, hey, we used to make more money selling 1 set in the same time frame as when we're selling 2 sets now combined. Like, we need to circle back. I could be wrong, but I get the impression that's where things are headed, because everyone I've talked to is just fatigued. Like, I can't keep up with spoiler season. I can't keep up with sets. Even if you don't pay attention to the Universes Beyond stuff at all. Like, put that on the side burner. Just how much product they're putting out. I'm a content creator, and I can't keep up. Like, that should tell you something. Like, I do this full time, and I can't keep up. It's just too much. Like, I don't even have time to fully theory craft decks and really dive in deep and make sure I have the most optimal version of the deck idea that I'm coming up with. Because it's just more and then more and then more, and I gotta keep going and moving on to the next thing, and it's like, good God. You know what it feels like? It feels like they're treating Magic like Fortnite. Constantly update to keep the people coming back. I think rather than having constant updates to keep people coming back, make what you're putting out such high quality that it takes a lot longer for them to lose interest in it to begin with. Which is easier said than done, for sure. I can understand why you might gravitate towards putting out more sets. Yeah, Pioneer is non-existent. You're not wrong, Carlo. You're not wrong with the planar standard thing. The only way it takes off is if it becomes really popular in an unofficial way, the way that EDH did. Commander wasn't an official format at first, but so many people were playing it they eventually had to. I could see so many people playing planar standard that eventually Wizards needs to jump on the bandwagon. But I don't think that's likely. Because the reason it happened for Commander is because it was multiplayer. It was a way to have a social event built around Magic, which was a very new vibe. So I don't necessarily think planar standard can have that same kind of gravitas. Everyone that wants to play standard is because they want to, they want to win actual tournaments, actual ranked matches, you know? Like, if people want to play casually, they're playing Commander. So, I will say this, the one thing I absolutely love about the Universes Beyond sets is when they first come out, just like treating them as their own card game. I love just like I'll go to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pre-release and I will play it, pretend it's just a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles card game, and I will have a blast. And I like that, you know, I like limited. It's probably where I have the most fun anyway. And it's the fact that it's also self-contained lore-wise just adds to it, I think. Makes it easier. I don't know. But, you know, I'm not the normal player. Most players aren't into limited more than other formats. I would like to say, though, what Carlos said about Pioneer got me thinking. I just feel like Standard, even outside of there being Universes Beyond sets, like, again, put that on a back burner. Standard just feels like Pioneer Light. Like, Standard used to have such a distinct identity because there were so few sets in it. It was so limited that you had to kind of make lemonade out of lemons, right? It wasn't quite as restrictive as an actual limited format, but it was way more restricted than any of the Eternal formats, you know, or Modern or Pioneer or whatever. You had to really think outside the box, like cards that were not the most amazing in the world could still find a place in Standard and have their time to shine for a little bit, even if they're unplayable in older formats. You know, you'd have like 7 sets that you'd max out at, and it felt awesome. Like, it gave Standard its own identity where you really had to like just work with what you had, and it opened up a lot of options for weird outside of the box decks being competitive that in today's Standard would have no chance of being competitive because the card pool is so big that the power level is close to older formats. A lot closer to older formats than it is to what Standard used to be. Because the bigger the card pool, the better that top 1% of the card pool is, you know? It just creeps more powerful and more powerful. The Clue collaboration was kind of awesome. I agree. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, Carlo. Like Commander decks for an IP and not a full set. Like all that stuff that they were experimenting with before, I felt was closer to the way it could work. Like, I would love to just have like one full set a year from a really good, like, pick your battles, pick the best IP to go with, not just everything that you can throw against the wall and see what sticks, and make a full-fledged set out of it and make it really good, like Lord of the Rings, like Final Fantasy, and then have some supplemental stuff, like what you're saying, for other IPs. I think that would be cool. But I don't. It's hard to say. I mean, at the end of the day, what they choose to do is going to follow the money. So it really just depends on how successful things are. But in my opinion, I don't see this as sustainable, and I don't see it being successful in the long run. I see every Universes Beyond set doing worse and worse, until eventually it's really only people that are interested in that IP bothering with it. And along the way, a lot of Magic players are just going to check out. You know? Magic players that can't come to terms with, well, I either have to buy 7 sets a year and a bunch of IPs I don't care about, or not stay competitive. Eventually, the Magic players that are having a tough time contending with that mindset are just going to leave rather than try to deal with it. I mean, I have been seeing lots of players leave in droves already. And there are other great card games out there. There's Wonders of the First. There's Riftbound. Like, it's a bad time for Magic to be losing players because there are other really awesome options, but it is what it is. I will always love Magic. It will always have a special place in my heart because it's, you know, it got me into games to begin with. It got me into my current career and all of that. And my favorite game, Wonders, wouldn't exist without Magic existing first. But I don't think it's in a good spot. It almost kind of feels like... Yeah, the foundation will always be there. You're absolutely correct. It feels like... I don't know if any of you guys are Resident Evil fans. But for a little while, with like Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6, it kind of lost its way. It was like trying to pull in the Call of Duty fans. That's not what Resident Evil is. It was like, let's make things more action-y. Let's make things multiplayer. Let's try to pull in the Call of Duty fans. And it failed miserably. And it wasn't until Resident Evil went back to being like, yo, let's be survival horror, and let's be the best survival horror game we can be, and not worry about all that other noise, that they started selling more units than they had ever done previously, than they had ever done with 5 and 6, where they were trying to capture the biggest market on the planet for video games, which was the Call of Duty audience. And so sometimes it makes sense to come to terms and realize, like, hey, stick to what we're great at. Stick to what people loved about us to begin with. The reason that we became so popular and so special and so important in this space to begin with. Like, maybe don't overreach. So, I don't know. Those are the words that I will end on. Wizards should be an authority for CCGs and allow any IP to make their decisions, their own CCG, while they just oversee. No, that's the worst idea ever. I don't think Wizards even makes great decisions, to be completely honest. I think there's too many cooks in the kitchen over there. I think Hasbro puts their backs against the wall, and it's rough. It's rough. I love Wizards. I have a great relationship with previous Wizards employees. As far as some people that had a lot to do with Wonders of the First that came from Wizards. Not just Brian Tinsman, but other people involved. High up people that had a hand in, like, important decision making within Wizards in the past that have been helping out with Wonders, and I've gotten to know them. And yeah, so I know a little bit of what goes on the inside, but I'm a little bit worried. I definitely think they'd be a lot better off if they were free to do their own thing, and they didn't have they weren't owned by Hasbro. I do think Hasbro leans on them really, really hard to solve a lot of the problems elsewhere in the company. But that's a discussion for another time. I think Wizards, the way it used to be, Wizards before Hasbro, I would absolutely trust making all of the decisions about every card game ever. But Wizards right now, it's really not Wizards you're trusting, it's really Hasbro. So. But I mean, it is what it is. It'll figure it out in the long run. I think eventually it'll come full circle and have one big Universes Beyond set every year, and, you know, 3 or 4 in-lore sets a year, and that's where it will land, you know, 5 years from now or so. And I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. But I think, you know, players will leave, and then eventually players will start coming back and things will start to grow again. It's like a pendulum, you know? They'll follow the money, and when the money stops coming in, they're going to try to figure out how to get back to that. And I think the way back to that is doubling down on quality, putting out less, making players care more about each set so that they're excited to stick with a set longer and spend more money on that set rather than always looking for the next thing. I think that might be the way out. Should we raid somebody? Who's on right now? Let's see who's on. No, I said Twitch, not Twixt. Amazonian, Newmont, Hamhawks, Wildman. I guess we can raid Hamhawks. We love Hamhawks. Hamhawks 42. Alright, well, thank you guys for hanging out with me on the stream. I'll try and get the intros and deck tech breakdowns filmed for those decks, get them up on YouTube ASAP. So look forward to that stuff. If you haven't already, check out the YouTube channel. If you're on Twitch and you haven't yet, the link is now in the chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you're already on YouTube. So cool. Check out my videos. Thanks, Carlo. Maybe I might have time to pop over to Richmond on the last day. We'll see what happens. But yes, probably. We should get together and hang out anyway. I would love to just day trip down and hang out with you. Maybe peek behind you in your stream, or go get some lunch or something. We should talk about that sometime. I should just send you my number. I would love to hang out. Anyways, give all of my love to Hamhawks, and I'll see you guys next time.